right, so right now we're heading back to the wagon to finish up, just blending everything out. The transmissions are already in. All we need to do, axles, bleed the clutch, and a few small things, and then test drive the car and hopefully everything is good. But on a more exciting note, you guys have been asking if we're bumping yet. Are we bumping?
We're bumping.
So it turns out it was actually just the amp, and what's the bad part? Hold on, I need a better part than that. Hang on. Yeah. Now we're bumping. You probably can't tell on camera at all, but it's working. All right, boys, we are back. It is day 2 on the VR6 turbo clutch install. Yesterday we got the clutch in, the trans back in. It took so long. If you're new to the channel, this car is a synchro car, means all-wheel drive. So instead of just being like a front-wheel drive transmission, there's also a front diff, and the front drive shaft is kind of a pain, but we made it happen. It took about 13 hours, give or take, all said and done, but the trans is in, the clutch is in. All we need to do today is get the axles back in, starter, battery tray, and then taking a few other small things, but that's basically it. And then make sure the shift linkage is good, and then test drive the car, and hopefully everything is as it should be. We'll have about 300 break-in miles, and after that, it's full send. We're gonna rip this thing and have some fun. So let's get started and get this thing done. All right, boys, let the fun begin. If there's no like unseen problems, this should all go pretty quickly. All right, so making progress under the car. We have this bolt's tightened, that one of theirs tightened, and this one on this side is a little tricky getting this front mount to line up, how to use the lift here and kind of maneuver the trans a little bit, but those 3 are good. I actually found a spare starter bolt because the top one was missing. Trans mount is tightened down and that one's good. Subframe's back up and the steering rack is in. Next up, we'll do the starter and then plug all this stuff right here in. I have to do the front mount bolt because I pulled that out, and also the rear engine bolts as well, axles, but for the most part, the bottom side here is just about done, and we can move to the top side. All right, so we are down to 1 axle and like 2 bolts on this one. As I was showing you guys yesterday, whoever worked on this car before was an idiot, but they decided to put these 12mm bolts in for the axle bolts, which are wrong, and they're a pain to work with down there. So I found some proper axle bolts to swap in. So all of the wrong ones are coming out, and I'm putting all the right ones in because, I don't know, whoever worked on this car before, whatever shop it was, absolute idiot. We are just about there. All we have left is to bleed the clutch, adjust the shift linkage, make sure all the gears are in the right spots. We have to put the battery tray and battery back in and the wheels, and then we're done. And we are out of here and can drive this car. Took a little bit longer putting it back together because I was going through making sure all the wrong bolts were replaced with the right bolts. Everything was torqued down tightly and snug, and just fixing all the dumb stuff. Steve, if you're watching this, I am now the sole mechanic for this car. Now, that's not me saying that I am some sort of like world-class mechanic, because I'm not, but at this point I know this car like the back of my hand. It's been apart multiple times. I know this car very well, what's supposed to be what, how things go. I know this car very, very well, and I'm tired of seeing shops mess this thing up. So no more shops, Steve. If you need me to fly to Louisiana after this car leaves here, I will fly to the States to help you with this car, because like, I don't know, I love this thing, and I'm tired of seeing shops just do dumb stuff on this car. It's like the amount of wrong bolts, and just, I want to go to this shop and be like, yo, what is your problem? Like, I don't know, but she's all back, good to go. Everything's where it's supposed to be. So we're gonna bleed the clutch real fast, do the linkage, and then we done. All right, you can start pumping. You probably have to, like, if it stuck to the floor, just pick it up with your hand or your foot.
Yeah, I am.
Is it coming back up at all yet? No, okay. All right, pump it like maybe 10, 15 times and then hold it. We didn't lose too much fluid, so I have more if need be. All right, leave it to the floor. Let me crack this real fast. This is gonna be hard to do one-handed. Oh, that's not the right size. I need an 11, I believe. There it is. All right, hang on, keep it down. Oh, this is all there tight. There it is. All right, hold on. There's some. All right, pump. Almost there, boys. Home stretch. Does it feel any different yet? It'll take a minute probably. All right, hang on. I'm gonna add a little bit of brake fluid, which is in the dumbest place because I don't. Who decided to put the hoses right on? Like, why? Why would someone design this and said that's okay? That's a fine. That's a good design. We should leave it like that. Like, why? Why? All right, we got some fresh fluid. Put the cap back on real quick. All right, go ahead and pump again. All right, go ahead, leave it down. Leave it down. Let's see if we got anything. Yeah, there's tons of air in that line. All right, pump again. So much air in this line. All right, pump again. All right, hold it down. All right, we're just about there. All right, pump it. Feel better?
Yeah.
Whew, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, so the clutch has been bled. I want to feel the pedal and see how it feels. It's super stiff. I feel like it should be.
Yeah.
Let's see. You can't really see my foot, but yeah, that's about the same, if not a little stiffer than the ZF engineering when we had it before. So, clutch has been bled. That's good. We're gonna put the tray and battery back in. Start the car, make sure everything just runs like it's supposed to, make sure everything has the trans just rotates properly, then go through the gears. If all of that works, back on the ground and we're out of here. All right, it's time. I just went through and double checked everything in the front. Everything is good to go. The only thing I left out was the battery tray. That way if my linkage is wrong, it's easy to get back into there. So, there we go. All right. All right, we should be, let's see what we got here. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. All right, so I think this should be good to go. All right, here we go. All right, we're going. I don't hear any crazy like grinding sound. The clutch pedal feels good, I think, so it's running, that's good. Now let's put it into gear. Hey, can you watch the wheels for me? What? Watch the wheels. Well, watch the front rotor. There's no wheel yet. I'm gonna put it in first. Oh man, push the clutch a bit more. Throw some pressure. There it is. Okay, so this should be going forward. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Okay, let's try reverse now. And then should go backwards. Hey, look at that. All right. Let it idle for a minute here. Oh my goodness. So everything works front and backwards? Nice. So I think all of our gears are good. I don't hear any crazy grinding sounds, which means the flywheel's in the right spot, the starter's matching up properly, everything seems to be going so far. I didn't feel like in the pedal, I didn't feel like grinding going into the gears. So I'll put the wheels back on, put the battery tray back in, and then we can try and drive it. Whew. How was it? Was it a fun experience?
Yeah, it was fun.
She's lying. It wasn't bad. It wasn't that bad. It's just with this car being 4Motion, boosted, and stock engine bay, having all the stock stuff, it's a lot to work with, but we got it. Oh man, some good old VR sounds. So finish up real quick, go for a drive, and hopefully everything checks out. And just like that, she is back on the ground. So now that I moved this car a little bit, I can confirm this clutch pedal is much stiffer than the last one we had. But it does feel good though. It feels very like, I don't know, you know it's there. It feels very good and you feel confident hitting the pedal. I don't know the exact miles for this braking period, but I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to even hit boost in the car. It's just a lot of like town driving, a lot of clutch engagement, just to get everything seated properly. But I'm in third right now. All the gears feel good. There's no weird sounds, no clanking. It feels really smooth. Even from like when I'm a dead stop, it's a bit more aggressive and it kind of grabs a bit harder than the last pressure plate. But overall, the setup feels good. I like it. And again, it's a lightweight steel flywheel. I don't remember the weight that he got, but it's way lighter than factory. 6-puck clutch, the Clutchmaster FX400. And then it's the Clutchmaster FX400 pressure plate. And it feels nice. I like the setup. Everything feels good. It seems to grab nicely. So I think we have about, I want to say about 300 miles of braking period, and then we can have some fun. I gotta look and see, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to drive like past a certain amount of RPM. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll double check and see, but for now, I'm gonna keep it really chill, not like going to boost at all, and just make sure I do all the prior steps properly. That when it comes time to have fun, everything was good to go. Oh yeah, I mean, the car feels good. Car feels real good. I'm not going fast, but everything feels solid. I don't feel nothing that would make me think it's wrong. So I think the install went well. A lot of work, about 2 days of work in total, but overall not too bad. Not too bad. So quick little cruise home, and then I'm gonna drive this car as much as possible, get these braking miles done as fast as possible, and then we'll see what this car can do. I'm excited to actually hit 12 pounds of boost. It's gonna be fun. All right, we made it back home safe and sound. The car drives really, really good. I'm just glad it all worked out. It all went back together and it works like it's supposed to. There's always that thought when you're like pulling an engine or like pulling a big part of the car off to do something. There's always that thought of this might not work or this might go wrong somehow, but thankfully stuck through it and everything worked out well. She's home and good to go. We have a lot of driving to do in this car in the next weeks to get this braking miles done, but it worked out. Everything's done. Now, I will say the all-wheel drive portion of this car made it much more difficult to pull the trans out. But if I didn't have the lift to do this car on, that would have been rough. It would have been really, really difficult to do this on the ground. But we made it happen, thankfully. So the Wagon is good. We got upgraded clutch, braking miles time, and then, oh boy, we gonna rip this thing. And then I know Steve was talking about wanting to go from 12 pounds to maybe 20 pounds. And this car already feels really, really quick at like 5 pounds of boost. And the few times we drove it before the clutch was slipping a little bit at 12 pounds, I mean, the car felt really fast. So I can't even imagine going to 20, but there it is. Hope you guys enjoyed. Do not forget, be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Hey, I was doing just fine before I met you. I drank